to the RunnerX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running.
Okay, I want to bring up a topic today on Tough Love Tuesday about starting over. So if you ran in high school, or for me, I didn't run in high school, I was a swimmer, but I was pretty active. And then I didn't start running till I was in my 40s. And then I ran very consistently, basically 40 to about 50. And then I decided to stop, okay? For whatever personal reasons, I decided to stop. So I am starting over. And I'm starting over from a different place than I was even at 45. I'm now 10 years older. So I have more weight on my body. I have put on weight on my body. I have different habits. I live in a different neighborhood. I have different stresses in my life. I have different thoughts that go on. And I can't come from the place, and I brought this up a couple of weeks ago, I can't come from the place of where I was 10 years ago. I have to look at where I am right now, and I have to begin again. I have to come in with a very open mindset, with a very coachable mindset, and I have to look at things and say, I'm going to start brand new. I am going to be coachable. I'm going to listen to what Valerie's saying. I am going to do what she asks of me to do every day, because I know that over time it will get easier, it will get better. And we know this from everything. We know this from our mobility. We know this from doing physical therapy. We know this from learning a job. When you walk into a job, they give you 90 days to kind of get your feet wet and to figure out what's going on. They don't expect you. They're even as a subcontractor, you don't walk into a job and be expected to know that system, to know how it works, and to know where things are, where to put things, what are the processes. You get to learn it over time. So why would you come into this idea of learning a new movement, of learning how to run, something you weren't taught, or something you were taught totally different, and expect yourself and your body and your muscle memory to just click into shape? It doesn't work that way. You are being so hard on ourselves. You need to come from a place of, I'm starting over, I'm older. You're going to be older, most likely. You might have some weight on your body. So your body might be have less mobility than it did in the past. So, you'll notice I didn't say flexibility. I said mobility. Okay, it's basically the range of motion, not necessarily how limber you are. Okay, because you can be very limber and not have very good range of motion. And maybe I'm speaking out of turn there. I'm not a kinesiologist, nor am I a physical therapist, but I'm talking from the standpoint of words that you use when you're thinking about stuff. You don't necessarily need to be flexible. You need to have a good range of motion. Okay? So I want you to take a step back and be really realistic with where you are now from where you were before. Were you injured? And during that injury, did you sit around? Did you put your foot in a boot? Did you do any strength training? Did you do any swimming, biking, other things while you were injured? Those are going to all affect your ability to come back from this and to get to the level you were before you started. So today's Tough Love Tuesday is to be of the mindset that I'm going to start over. I'm going to give myself time. If I've got weight on my body, I'm going to try to lose the weight naturally without going out and pounding the pavement, as we like to say. I'm not going to go out and try to do a ton of cardio. I'm going to stay within what my body is capable of doing. And I'm going to get myself out of that idea that it has to be hard. I have to feel pain in order for it to be effective. Okay, let's go through a feeling of I am open and learning, and this is what I want in life, and I want to be able to do this for years to come. Okay, so I hope you'll join me in thinking things through and starting over and being coachable.
Thank you for joining us on the RunnerX podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runnerx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runnerx.fit.